Wow, just a lot of relationships. So I still am close with some of my former teammates, and then obviously winning the championship my senior year put a lot of pressure on myself and on our team as a captain to say we had to win this year. There used to be a quote on the wall going into the locker room that Coach Cruz put up that said, "Those who stay will leave as champions," and I know he meant that in the personal maturity sense, but at the same time, no person had been through Evansville for 4 years and had not won a championship while he was there until my tenure. And going into my senior year, I hadn't won a championship, and I didn't want to be the first class to do that. So just making sure that we won and being able to finish the way we did with that really exciting, dramatic game against what used to be Southwest Missouri State.
Right.
So that's probably my biggest memory of just winning then and just feeling that relief and excitement to win.
You guys won the title that year, and you and I were just listening to sound clips, and you guys were playing Creighton. Rodney Buford was such a tough player.
Yeah.
So multi-dimensional. What do you remember about him?
I just remember thinking how good this guy was. And I hated having to guard him because he was so much more athletic than me. And he was already taller. He was like 6'5", 6'6", and long and rangy and just athletic and bouncy and everything. And so, but, I needed him because I remember my junior year, after my junior year, we were both all conference. And then going into my senior year, because Rico Hill had just left early, Rodney was the unanimous preseason player of the year. And and that just drove me all summer. That drove me not all summer, but just preseason and every game. I was shooting to be better than him. And I think I needed that in order to continue to push me. Had I been preseason player of the year, maybe I would not have had as much motivation. But knowing that it was him, it was just like I felt that summer I worked harder than anyone else. I don't know how hard he worked, but I told myself that I was going to outwork him and anyone else to be the best my senior year, and it came to be. So
I was just talking to Kent Williams the other day, and he had similar kinds of things with Kyle Korver.
Right.
There's Kyle Korver and Kent Williams. Of course, Korver was the player of the year and all that, and goes on and has a great NBA career.
Right.
He's like, man, if he hadn't been around, I would have got some more trophies.
Right.
It's those things that happen. So you win the title in '99. You guys play in the NCAA tournament. You lose to Kansas, but you get 34 or something against Kansas. Maybe not the highlight because you guys didn't win, but that's gotta, when you think back and you think, I got 34 against the Jayhawks in the NCAA tournament. It's gonna be pretty satisfying.
Yeah, that's probably my second best memory behind winning the MVC on senior night the way we did. But yeah, just going there, and I just remember thinking, I remember watching film against them and thinking like, man, these guys are good, but I thought that I was just as good or better than their guards. And, I was really focused. I knew it was an opportunity to show the world that Evansville was a very good basketball program for the people who hadn't heard about us. And I wanted to show people that I was a good player, being in a smaller conference. And so, again, it was just at that time in my life, I always found a reason to have a chip on my shoulder. And so going into that game, I was telling myself that these guys thought they were better than me and that they don't respect me and this, that, and the other. And so that's probably what led to my 18 points in the first 8 minutes of the game. I just came out on fire and just really pumped up to go at those guys. And, it was at halftime, I actually thought that we were going to win. And going into the game, I thought we were going to win. And at halftime, we were still in the game, and they were just too big. I think they out-rebounded us like 45-15 or something crazy like that. But, it was a great thing. And I remember after the game, Roy Williams said that I was one of, if not the best player that he faced that year, which was a huge compliment, obviously. And so, it feels good to know that I was able to compete and do well against the best.